It's rare when a film comes along that effectively satirizes its own industry without dripping with so much irony it reeks of disdain for both its subject and its audience. John Ritter, off of a pair of Problem Child movies, was best known for Three's Company. He starred opposite Pam Dawber, and while she hadn't had a film career, had steady work in TV and movies, but she will forever be known as Mindy of Mork and Mindy. Peter Hyams directed this not-classic movie. He primarily did smaller sci-fi thrillers his whole career, a handful of comedies sprinkled in. Jim Genowan co-wrote this script, his debut effort. He wrote a handful of movies afterward, mostly family comedies. Comic legend Eugene Levy co-stars, and much like today, at the time he mostly appeared in supporting roles in comedies. Jeffrey Jones is the other big name in this production. We're not going to get into his moral and legal issues, but prior to those issues, he had a stellar, underrated career. I could elaborate on his credits, but I don't want to give him his flowers. But anyway, 1992 Stay Tuned could have been great, but missed the mark in too many places. Spoilers ahead. I hadn't seen this in years and could have sworn Terry Garr was in it, not Pam Dawber. Morgan Creek started out in the late 80s, and by 1992 they had a nice library releasing 2 to 5 movies a year. Robin Hood Prince of Thieves was a huge hit. They were about 50-50 when it came to making money and losing money, and at the time of release, Stay Tuned was their biggest flop, only earning about 43% of its budget back. We open on a senior couple getting popcorn ready for good old-fashioned TV time. Outside, the camera tilts up on a mysterious man in black approaching their home.
Murray, get the door!
The man in black, Spike, played by Jeffrey Jones, has an irresistible offer.
Murray!
The opening credits to me seem like a reverse Superman the movie type thing. It's probably just my bad opinion though. The music is pretty out of place here. It gives off action-adventure vibes. House establishing shot of our hero's house. John Ritter's Roy is an exaggerated, inattentive couch potato. He's good with a foil. Will that come in handy? Pam Dawber lets him know it's late.
I'm thinking of renting out your side of the bed.
Huh?
Yeah, Roy has a problem. Daryl likes to tinker with electronics. Another example of Roy's obsession with TV, we meet daughter Diane, who has contempt for little brother. Daryl certainly is precocious. Helen is a successful ad exec. Roy has a, quote, suck job, selling plumbing supplies, and may or may not be jealous of Helen's success. Daryl confesses to his mom that he is concerned that she and Roy are going to split up. Nice heart-to-heart. Roy, he's glued to a basketball game.
Let's go away.
Okay, honey, you go ahead. I'll be there in 4 minutes and 16 seconds.
Helen is begging Roy to have a getaway, but he loses interest when she says no TV.
Are you having problems? Is it me?
Yes! No.
Helen tells Roy he's got a problem. He's only interested in the game, though.
Oh, Roy, talk to me. I can take anything.
We're in double overtime here.
Yeah, Roy's a dick and just got what he deserved. Good thing he had a backup TV, sad as it may be.
There are no further developments in the sudden, unexplained disappearance of Murray and Sarah Seidenbaum of Oakview.
Hey, it's Spike.
I have something you want. Escape from all your failures and woes.
He confessed too. Spike plays off Roy's inadequacies and failures. He offers 666 channels, I know, subtle, and a 44-inch high-resolution stereo TV.
Oh, you know, some people would give their souls for a system like this, figuratively speaking. Just saying here.
Gosh, Jeffrey Jones was so good. Roy is hesitant until Spike mentions the free trial. I got a feeling he should have read the fine print. That's one big-ass satellite dish. Roy is told that to fine-tune the reception, he'd have to adjust the dish. Ooh, how ominous.
Now, honey, just keep an open mind. There's no obligation. I got it on a free trial.
Helen comes home and does not take this huge TV or satellite very well. We see our first spoof. 3 Men and Rosemary's Baby. That's gonna be a thing. Take popular shows and movies and make them evil. Helen has decided she's leaving Roy. We see a messed up hidden camera prank show. Police tell a stranger that her husband has died. The signal is lost and Roy goes outside to adjust the dish. Helen leaves a note on the fridge and goes outside to beat up the satellite dish. She tells Roy she's leaving him and the dish goes haywire.
I want a man with rather touch me than his remote control.
They get sucked into the dish and into a game show. They are understandably confused. I'd say they take it pretty well, though.
And of course, win or lose, every contestant takes home a set of Encyclopedia Satanica.
Yes, there are evil puns, too. The questions on the game show expose truths that Roy would rather Helen not know, like missing their anniversary dinner because he was in a bar watching baseball. We meet Eugene Levy's character Crowley and a young up-and-comer in the underworld named Pierce. It's basically a TV network. The network is for an audience of one. The big guy himself, Satan. When people die on the evil shows, he gets their souls. They've got 24 hours to survive. Alright, we get the stakes now. Hopefully Helen and Roy can avoid the same fate. Pierce seems disgusted, and Spike tells him that if he can't stand blood, maybe this isn't the business he should be in. Pierce shoots back.
It's not the blood I find distressing. It's your lack of subtext.
Everybody's a critic. It ain't about art, though. It's about entertainment for the big guy. Meanwhile, back on the game show...
Name the person who's recently been seeing a former lover.
Former lovers we've been seeing are each other.
A little too spot on, but hopefully we're finishing establishing that Roy and Helen are having problems. Crowley annoys Spike and he gets sent for a little field work. He's not thrilled. As a reward for beating the game, Roy and Helen get sent to a wrestling match.
Ooh, yeah, brother. Will the cream rise to the top?
Hey, it's Super Mario. Captain Lou Albano.
This has got to be a dream.
They don't stand a chance against the champs. Odd time to find out that Helen got a promotion.
Why didn't you tell me you got a promotion?
Oh, Roy, you know why.
Why?
Because my success threatens you.
Your success does not threaten me.
It does, too.
It does not.
But this little adventure is like therapy for the two. This is going to be a squash match, guys. No way that our couch potatoes are going to last long against the champs. Turns out Helen has a mean streak, though. In the upset of the millennium, the couch potatoes defeat the champs. Where to now? Daryl comes home, notices the giant dish, notices the giant TV. Diane is home too, wondering where Mom and Dad are.
How did James Dean really die? Find out tonight on Autopsies of the Rich and Famous.
Welcome to Northern Overexposure, the story of a young doctor from New York who comes to Alaska, complains about everything, and freezes to death.
Roy and Helen are apparently in frigid Alaska and come across Crowley. Where's Liam Neeson when you need him? The trio head to a shack to avoid the wolves. Back at home, the kids snack on junk food. Daryl finds Mom's note. Helen says she's leaving for a while. Diane is ecstatic. The house to themselves. Daryl leaves and nearly gets sucked in like his parents. Man, should have gotten the premium tier cable subscription. Crowley fills the Nables in on the rules. Roy assures his wife he'll get them out.
Your leadership skills couldn't get us out of a t-shirt.
That was rude. Diane has invited a bunch of friends over and Daryl is curious about the TV and dish.
For those long, tedious car trips, you need the silencer of the lambs. Driving will never be the same. The silencer of the lambs. Silencer of the pets sold separately.
It's Meet the Mansons with Tommy Spota as Chuck.
Daryl is getting very suspicious. Crowley gives the all clear. Oops. Those sneaky wolves. Panicked Roy sets the shed on fire. Gosh, Roy at this point brings absolutely nothing to the table. They push the shed over to the portal and escape to a Chuck Jones cartoon. No, really. Stay Tuned was one of the final credits for the animation icon and Oscar winner Chuck Jones.
At least we're safe here. No one ever dies in cartoons, right?
I never knew Chuck Jones had it in him. Tom and Jerry was better, but this is like that on steroids.
Where are you gonna go? Your cartoon mother's house?
I am warning you, Roy. Roy?
Daryl is almost there.
I am not a mouse. I am not a mouse. I'm Helen Nabel. Mom?
There we go. Oh shoot, things just can't be easy, can they? A little overkill, but this has gotta heat up. Kitty shoots about as well as an A-Team villain. Kitty likes his mice extra toasty. Okay, that bit was really cool. Daryl grabs Diane to show her, but she just doesn't believe him. Kitty can't catch them and gets butthurt over it. Helen's mean streak is influencing Ray here. We get another couples therapy session here in the dollhouse. Time for another chase scene. They spot their exit. Helen gets out, but Ray's in trouble. He crashes. He orders a robo-pooch, and that delivery time puts Amazon to shame. And Roy makes it out of there. Where to now, though?
Dwayne's Underworld. Dwayne's Underworld. It's party time! It's excellent!
A spoof of a famous public access talk show. They insult Roy's career slump.
I worship satin?
Excrement!
That's the second time in this skit, scene, that they've played off the word excellent. I get it. Wayne is known for saying excellent. Where's the danger in this one? There it is. Wow, that was easy. So yeah, Roy is separated from Helen. How can he find her? He's now in a detective noir film, A Private Dick. His thoughts are in audible dialogue now. The mystery he needs to solve is his own. Where is his wife?
Mr. Nabel, you've dropped your gun again.
I know!
There she is. At least they're on the same channel this time. Immediate danger. But with 7 hours left, Spike is beginning to feel the pressure. Out of the kindness of his heart, Pierce offers to take some of the burden off of Spike's shoulders. Daryl sees definitive proof that Roy is in the TV. He heads outside to get Diane, outside by the dish. They're all pissed, but he saved their lives.
Your pizza topping!
What the hell does that mean? She finally believes him. Now what? Roy's got a hot tip on Helen's location. Daryl deduces that they are dealing with something supernatural. Diane is dumb, and so it's on Daryl to think of something. I guess a 6th grade budding engineer is going to outsmart the devil or something? Back at the movie, seems that Murray Seidenbaum has kidnapped Helen.
I ditched my wife 5 channels ago.
Roy is here and he means business. Seidenbaum still has enemies though, and he's in deep trouble. What's this, a modern-day red state? Everybody's armed. Murray had brought his remote, and he had survived up to this point by changing channels every time something got too hot for him. But he's slow on the draw this time, and he's hit. His remote is up for grabs. Roy and Helen grab it and end up in a mini-series about the French Revolution.
An enemy of the people who tries to escape the guillotine by wearing a disguise. It's an epic drama of love, danger, and cross-dressing.
Right. You have boobs.
Guess that would be banned in some of those same states. Oh no, the remote. Hey, there's Crowley. He's seen better days. There's only a few hours left. Crowley tells the two to just try and lay low. Daryl's doing some nerd stuff, and there's only 1 hour left now. Roy promises Helen that things are going to be different if they ever get out. A couple soldiers enter the pub and hit on Roy and Helen. Daryl's still playing with his radio, and he's going to try and make contact. But he needs more power. And I get a feeling this would be an FCC violation. Oh no, Roy's been discovered. With Roy about to be executed, there's less than 20 minutes remaining. Daryl adds more juice to his radio. 4 minutes left. Oh man, can he make it?
Dad, can you hear me?
Daryl?
We have contact. The peasants think that Daryl is the voice of God. He tells the people to release Roy. Spike is none too happy with this turn of events. 45 seconds remain.
I am the voice!
Crap, did he do enough to save his parents? It appears that it was. Spike is stunned.
Sir, speaking for the staff, we'll all miss your kind words and inspiring leadership.
Pierce rubs salt into his wounds. Turns out, though, that the fine print may have screwed over the Naples. But it doesn't really make sense. I guess it's hard enough to trust a lawyer. It's got to be much worse to trust a lawyer literally from hell. Apparently, they are only bound to honor the agreement for those who signed the contract. So Roy is free, but Helen is doomed. She didn't agree to anything, so how can she be penalized? It's because she's trespassing. Sure. Crowley is confused. They should have been zapped by now. Roy is set free. Helen is left behind. Roy is greeted by his kids.
How could we be sure he'll come back?
Because he loves her. He's a puss.
Now it's Spike's turn for some field work. He snatches Helen. Off to the Old West we go. Helen is in peril as she's tied to a wagon on a train track.
This just in. Helen Nabel has been kidnapped and taken to Channel 1. We take you there live.
Roy, I don't know where you are, but get your butt back here! Dynamite. He's gonna hit me with a train and blow me up?
Roy heads back armed with his remote. He almost looks like a bad hombre. Spike taunts him with obnoxious arrogance. Are we gonna get a duel for the ages? The tension could be cut with a knife. No! Yes, he shot the remote. And we get a good old-fashioned scuffle. They tussle around for a bit and go in and out of a few different scenarios. I'm not gonna tell, I'll just show. Okay, after a nod to John Ritter's Three's Company, he's zapped into a Three Musketeers type scenario, only he has no sword. What's he to do? Daryl sends him his foil, and now we have a fair match. What amazing luck. It's an even battle, and we get zapped into a Salt and Peppa video. This is a 3-minute music video that's just a drag on the whole movie. It should have been a minute max, but it drags on. I get it. Rap was growing exponentially in the zeitgeist, and recently it had been a thing to include rap songs and rappers in films. Expand the audience or whatever. The Fat Boys were in The Orderlies, Vanilla Ice in a Ninja Turtles movie, the Fat Boys again in a Freddy movie. Tone Loc helped out Ace Ventura. LL Cool J started making films. Poetic Justice, Boys in the Hood, and now Stay Tuned joined in on the fun. Anyway, Roy defeats Spike.
You're canceled.
What do you do when you want the TV to go away? You turn it off!
Way to go, Helen, it worked. They made it out. I'm guessing they just forfeited their security deposit, though. Crowley gets revenge on Spike, and Pierce is now running the network. Roy starts a fencing school, and we end on a freeze frame. Classic. I remembered this a lot more fondly as a child. Stay Tuned is just okay. It's a decent flick. Pam Dawber and Jeffrey Jones are great, while John Ritter doesn't really connect. Was he phoning it in? Still, though, check it out. Last Action Hero, which came out a year later, is kind of a similar premise. It bombed too, but it has found newfound life here recently. I doubt that will ever happen to Stay Tuned, though. You can watch it for free on Tubi TV.